Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and I finally got access to the APK for the upcoming update for Marvel Jean Grey Fight version 1.0. In this game, you can only play as the strongest Marvel character in the Marvel universe according to the Netmarble devs. So for that reason, we now have 216 copies of Jean Grey in all different flavors. You've got universal male, universal female, blast male, blast female, villain, hero. Every flavor of Jean Grey you could imagine. You've got the small Jean Grey, little itty bitty 3-foot Jean Grey. You got the giant tall 7-foot Jean Grey. You got the 700-pound juggernaut Jean Grey. You got the little tiny slim little Jean Grey. Every Jean Grey you can imagine. Uniforms for Jean Grey. Oh, it's delicious. Jean Grey's available in the Danger Room. Jean Grey's available in Giant Boss Raid. You can get Jean Grey farmable through Shadowland Bioselectors. It's great. I just love playing the Jean Grey fight of Marvel Jean Greyness. I can't wait for the 1,000 issues of Jean Grey in Marvel Comics to really show that really she's the most powerful character, as you know Marvel Comics initially intended. Not. Anyways, yeah, I got access to the APK. Let's get into it. Let's see what's up with it. So, first things first, I know you guys want to find out how the new characters are obtainable. And this is definitely going to be cause for some controversy. Some people are going to be upset, so we're going to talk about it. So let's take a look here. Doctor, I keep messing these up. Professor X. We've got Misters, Doctors, and Professors now. Okay. Professor X is obtainable through the Danger Room. That's right. Professor X's special training in the Danger Room. Now, as a crystal cost, that should be 4,500 crystals up front. I mean, if you go to the Danger Room, you can't see the cost, so we can't assume that it's going to be the same. But assuming it is the same as Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Rachel Summers, it will be 4,500 crystals up front to unlock Dr. Professor X. And then once you complete the tasks, i.e. playing Danger Room, you don't necessarily have to win every single time, but you have to complete certain tasks in Danger Room. You will unlock him at tier 2. You first unlock him at 6 stars, then at tier 2, and then you will get back 1,250 crystals. So the final crystal cost, after buying it and playing Danger Room about 10 times, will be 3,250 crystals. That is very cheap. If you consider the fact that a mega rank up ticket by itself, okay, and I know some people don't want to spend any crystals, but a mega rank up ticket by itself is already 2,600 crystals, and quite a few players purchase this week after week. It's available every Friday as a purchase. Now, yes, there are bonus gift items, but those bonus gift items do not translate to an additional, 1,000 crystals or whatever, 800 crystals. So, overall, despite the fact that it is crystals, which is a bummer, it's one of the cheapest, in my opinion, it's the cheapest crystal cost character in the game, the Danger Room type characters. Now, the issue that I have with Professor X being a crystal character from Danger Room special training is not the fact that it costs crystals, but it's the fact that how is he going to get a uniform? I know I'm already reaching far into the future, and maybe this is just, entitled 5-year-old gamer here talking, and I know a lot of other characters need uniforms before Professor X, don't get me wrong. Odin needs a uniform, Dormammu needs a uniform, Adam Warlock, Hulk, if they're supposed to be the strongest characters in the Marvel Universe. But, there's no way. I mean, unless they transfer his biometrics and make them obtainable, his X-gene metrics, whatever, X-gene biometrics, unless they, later on make them widely available somewhere else, there's no way, because at most you could get 10 Professor X bios a week by chance, if he's available through the Danger Room boxes, a la Rachel and Negasonic. Now, because you can get him in the special training pack, you can also get him completely free. So keep that in mind. It's obviously going to be a challenge, but you can get him for free, because if you go into Danger Room and you get to, and it's actually easier to get to Platinum now, because your rank does not reset every week. So you actually have 1 month to grind up to Platinum. If you grind up to Platinum in the first week, you can actually stay there for the whole month, and you can collect those Platinum boxes 4 times with very minimal effort. You just have to put an effort at the beginning of the month, at the beginning of the rank reset to climb up to Platinum, but then the maintenance for staying in Platinum is not that bad. You just have to play once every 3 days. So it's really not as bad as it used to be. And if you take a look at the rewards for Platinum, you should see that Professor X is there alongside Negasonic and Rachel. Now, of course, it's just a chance to get Professor X, but he is there available free to play. And you would get, at Platinum, you get, I believe, 5 bios. If you climb up to Vibranium, you would get 10 bios. So then you'd be able to unlock him, and then you can use your own Mega Rank Up ticket or Tier 2 ticket on him. So that is Professor X. Mr. Sinister is acquired via the X Gene subscription. So in order to unlock Mr. Sinister, you're going to have to go into the store, and you're going to have to go to the daily perks, and you're going to have to purchase the X Gene subscription. But there is also a way to get him for free if you are playing Marvel Future Fight when the update lands. So if you're watching this video and the update's not out yet and you haven't yet started playing Marvel Future Fight and you want to get into the game because you want to play as Mr. Sinister, start playing right now, because there will be a faction battle coming up, assuming that this faction battle is going to be replicated in the live server, and I have no reason to assume it won't be, because why would the devs go to the trouble of putting a faction battle in for the test build and not putting in for the live server? That's basically like next to impossible. So if we go over to the faction battle and we go over to the faction battle rewards, the reward list here, you can see that instead of Colossus bios, they've actually been very generous and they've replaced it with Mr. Sinister bios. So this is excellent. Even if you lose, even if your side of the faction battle in Humans versus X-Men fighting over the Terrigen Mist, even if your side loses the faction battle, you will still get 120 biometrics of Mr. Sinister as long as you participate 250 times. And it's really easy to participate 250 times. Just playing the game every day, logging in and doing all of the dailies will unlock all of these rewards for you pretty much on the 2nd or 3rd day. And then you can see there that the only difference between the lose, actually, you know what? It's less. I just realized it's not 100. Is it? Oh no, it is. It is. Okay, I scrolled too far and then I didn't realize that I could scroll back up. Okay, yeah, it should. I believe you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so you get 90 bios for participating, and then another 40 for 130 or 150 for winning or losing. So 150 bios is nice. That's going to unlock, I believe, a 3-star Mr. Sinister for you right away. But my suggestion would be to unlock him at 1-star, use a Mega Rank Up ticket, and then decide whether you want to use a Mega Tier 2 or decide whether you want to just build up his gears a little bit and then wait for another faction battle in the future. If they continue to do faction battles, they should offer Mr. Sinister now instead of Colossus, because Colossus is farmable through Epic Quests. So I think it's really nice that they did that to give us some way of at least getting a head start on Mr. Sinister. And for those players that have Mega Rank Up tickets and have Mega Tier 2 tickets saved, for example, the latest token event where you could exchange 700 tokens for Mega Tier 2, they can get Mr. Sinister completely free without having to put down $10 or more for the X Gene subscription at all. Last but not least, we have Mystique. And Mystique is mega thick, so you can find her in your dreams every single night. But you can also find Mystique in the shop. And what I mean by the shop, unfortunately, usually there's a bit of a question mark whether the shop means biometric selectors, X Gene selectors, or something else. In this case, it's the something else. So Mystique is the same acquisition method as Emma Frost, Sabretooth, and Iceman. So yes, I think at this point, some players will be a little bit disappointed to see that all 3 characters are more expensive methods of acquisition. They all cost either real money or crystals or rank up tickets. However, they are 3 very marquee characters, very popular characters. This is the kind of milking update. This is the update where, you know, Netmarble wants to take our money before the 5-year anniversary, and now the sun's coming out and making me go supernova in the video. So with Netmarble introducing an update that has 3 characters that are all available in some form for either paid currency or premium currency, and the fact that all 3 of these characters have been widely requested, hugely demanded to be in the game for a long time, I think now would be a perfect time, Netmarble and Marvel Future Fight devs, if you're listening, to improve and increase the number of crystals that we get per week from in-game content. You have not updated the number of crystals that we as players can farm weekly, and you know, you raise the cost of the Stark stash. and you keep introducing new paid crystal characters, and there's just no way for players to keep up, on top of the fact that I haven't even covered the 4 new uniforms that you're going to want to purchase. So that's another 4,500 crystals, roughly, more, actually almost 5,000 crystals, if you want to get all of them. Now, of course, we can't expect players to be able to unlock all of the content, every single update, immediately for free. That's just not a sustainable business model. But, for example, timeline battle crystals have not been updated in 4 years. It's very easy to just go in and tweak these numbers, double them up for the percentage crystals, and that will go a long way. It's not that difficult to give us a few extra crystals for daily or weekly achievements. You know what would be even better, Marvel Future Fight? Why don't you drop some crystals in the squad battle, the new game mode? That would be fantastic. Now, one more thing I want to hit you guys with. I know that in the Facebook live stream, Cage said that the rewards for squad battle are not finalized yet, but I do just want to point out one thing, that it appears there is a new, it doesn't appear, there is a new type of item that you can acquire specifically in squad battle, which is called the Mandalay Gem Fragment. And I think that I can't prove it because, well, maybe I can prove it. I think that the Mandalay Gem Fragment is the material you use for awakening mutants. So the Awakening Gem would be for awakening other characters, and the Mandalay Gem Fragment would be for awakening mutants, to sort of separate them the way that Norn Stones are for the mastery of regular characters, and Emkron Shards or crystals are the mastery for, no, I can't check it, it's maxed out. Those are the mastery for mutant characters. The last thing I can check is if Nightcrawler has an awakened ability. Where is Nightcrawler? They didn't rank him up because they know how garbage he is. Okay. Where the heck is Nightcrawler? Okay, I'm Cage, I'm blind. Let's just go by speed types here. Where the heck is Nightcrawler? There he is. No. Okay. Well, with that being said, I've covered the new characters and how you acquire them. We'll go deep dive into each character and talk about why they're so powerful, but all you got to know is you're going to need a lot of crystals for this update if you want to unlock everybody, and you're probably going to want to unlock everybody because they all look to be very powerful, possibly meta shifting. With that being said, hopefully the Marvel Future Fight devs realize the crystal inflation and they give us more crystals for daily tasks, weekly tasks, or hopefully, best yet, doing in-game content like timeline battle or squad battle. Give us a few more crystals, you know, an extra 150 per week, an extra 200 per week. It goes a long way. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the acquisition method for these 3 characters, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Take care.